Hey guys, and welcome back to more Fringe Friday. I am Carmen, and today we are delving straight into season 4, episode 13 of Fringe. As you can probably tell, I am fresh off of episode 12 and super excited to delve into this episode, especially if it takes place immediately following the previous episode where Olivia is sort of remembering / being confronted with memories of the original timeline that we know and love. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. They also are very close to, or at least one step closer to finishing The Machine. Peter and Walter are. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. David Robert Jones and Nina are doing some shit. They literally destroyed an entire town of 584 people, if I remember correctly. Of course, like 10 people lived, so they only destroyed 574 people or something. I don't know. Not really sure what their end goal is. I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure it out at the end of the last episode. Still don't know. Walter is sad at the prospect of losing Peter, obviously. And yeah, I think we're all caught up now. So without any further ado, I am excited. Let's just get right into this episode.
Just be straight with me.
Oh, we are starting right off.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Then why did you kiss me?
I don't know. It just felt like that's what we do. It just felt normal.
It is normal.
I'm sorry that I kissed you. To be honest, I'm a little bit embarrassed about it.
Aw, he doesn't care.
I need to be embarrassed. Maybe I should stay here for a little while. You know, just while you rest in case.
I would really like some time to myself.
I mean, yeah.
Come on in.
She's fully remembering. She's getting flashes.
It's time.
What's time? For what? Also, that looked like where Walter was, but he was at St. Clair's and that said Deerfield. Who are these people? They breaking into this house?
He's in the kitchen.
Is he helping them, or is he just seeing it?
Sean, it's me, Bernadette. Okay? Come on, I'm gonna take you back to your room.
He's in the kitchen. He's coming your way. He's coming your way.
Sean, can you hear me? Sean, listen. The voices that you're hearing, they're not real.
Well, Bernadette, I don't think you're really right about that.
Please, take anything you want. You don't have to do this. No, please, I beg you. No! Damn it, I'm cut! I'm bleeding! There's 3 of us, and one of them!
I'm gonna sedate him.
He's dead. It's over.
Sean, I'm confused by what the fudge is happening here. Like, are you psychic? What is happening?
And last night, a patient with schizophrenia had recounted the entire crime in great detail.
As it was happening.
There really aren't any normal days in this job, are there?
Nope.
He's been institutionalized since he was 14.
Oh, dang.
Here are the demons.
She's getting flashes still. You know, these flashes are making me want to rewatch Fringe right now. Like, God.
Because voices, they did it.
Sean, can you hear the voices now?
No.
Do they ever come from objects?
No.
I see. So they always come from inside your head. How many voices do you hear, Sean?
I think I recognize 8, maybe 9.
Son, do the voices speak directly to you?
No, they don't talk to me at all.
He just hears them.
I believe your diagnosis of the young man is fundamentally flawed. In fact, recent evidence proves that what he's hearing are the real thoughts of other people.
But how is that possible?
He doesn't know, but it is.
Sean has agreed to go off his medication. We're hoping that the more he is able to hear the voices, the more likely it is that we will be able to catch whoever's responsible for the killing.
Yeah. She disagrees with that. Is it her? Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. This might be a little bit weird, but I was wondering if I could come in and just have a look around.
She wants to see if she's remembering stuff.
That's where Walter used to sleep.
Yep.
How did you know that?
She remembers.
To disaster narrowly averted.
Or at least postponed. We had that case. That couple in apartment 6B. The woman who lost her husband.
Yep. But he was alive on the other side, in the alternate universe.
And then we went upstairs.
Yep, that happened.
I remember.
That's not possible.
Peter, I remember William Bell. I remember crossing over to bring you back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but something must be wrong.
I remember it. I remember us.
Yeah.
I remember everything.
But he can't celebrate because he doesn't know what's happening. I want this, and also I'm stressed about it at the same time. She's back in the blacks and grays.
Walter, I'm not scared. I keep telling you both.
Good. That makes one of us.
I will factor that into the diagnosis. Now, and let me do my job. The first time you and I met, where was it?
St. Clair's, the mental institution.
And the circumstances of that visit, everything you can remember.
My partner had been injured in an explosion, and I came to see if you were able to save his life. And Peter was with me because I needed a family member to sign you out.
No, that's how it happened in my timeline.
Do you remember going to retrieve me from St. Clair's by yourself without Peter?
Yes, I got lost on the way there, but it's hazy. It's kind of indistinct, like an old dream.
Interesting.
There's nothing unusual with the brain scan, Walter, but clearly something is happening. How can she have memories of my Olivia's life that are clearer to her than her own?
My first thought is empathy.
I think it's the drug that Nina gave her for her migraines. I've been wrong so many times this season, but that's my guess.
Well, I suspect that Olivia may be empathizing with your strong desire to be reunited with your Olivia. And she meets that need by, in effect, becoming your Olivia.
No matter how badly I want my Olivia back, I can't make this one have memories of things she didn't experience.
Yeah.
She's channeling your memories.
But she's remembering things that he wasn't, like, from her perspective.
Oh, may I take a few strands of your hair to test?
Of course.
Ooh, he's gonna find the drugs. Right? The drugs that Nina's giving her, and Cortexiphan. Right?
This strand of DNA is from Sean, and this from our suspect at the crime scene. Now, see that? They have the same chromosomal spur. Sean and our killer are brothers.
Oh.
They only share one parent, but that gives credence to my theory that Sean is communicating with the killers via mental telepathy.
How?
That might explain how Sean is able to hear the thoughts of one of the killers. But he said that he's able to hear the thoughts of all three.
What if
Yeah.
they're related?
Yes.
According to his medical records, Sean is an only child.
What is going on in either case?
I know what you're doing.
What? What you doing?
I know what it's like to want something back that you love.
Whatever's happening to Olivia, I'm not doing it.
I think you are, even without meaning to. And it's wrong, Peter.
Is he talking to himself because he's connecting to Peter and he's telling himself that it's wrong because it's not his Peter?
Is it even in the realm of possibility that Sean's father could have had another child?
His
Biological father? Yes. Sean was conceived through in vitro fertilization.
Sperm donor. Oh.
Can you tell us about the donor?
He seemed impressive on paper.
I mean, you don't meet them or anything.
Dr. Owen Frank.
Okay. Owen, you got some explaining to do.
It's strange. A reporter called and left a message a couple of days ago. He was doing some sort of a piece on IVF. I called him back, but he never returned my call.
One of the suspects. I hope this is not a case of the doctor using his own sperm.
That one of these children killed Green because of the story he was writing?
Maybe.
Oh, it's not the same person. Okay.
Journalist Daniel Green was found dead in...
Oh, he was the victim. Okay, I just wasn't paying attention, I guess.
That's the guy who was here. The reporter. 3 men broke into his house and suffocated him with a plastic bag. You were a doctor. How long does it take someone to suffocate?
I want to go back to my room.
Also, what a weird-ass question to ask somebody. He munching.
You're pretty, you know.
She is, actually.
Thank you very much. When you start to hear the voices again, that's how you'll know that this is working.
In that case, it's working now.
Oh, is it? What are they saying? What are they, what are they saying?
What are they saying?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Too many of them.
Too many? Wait, were they alone the whole time? Because it did...
What?
Maybe I don't remember everything because I don't remember you having this scar.
You wouldn't. I only got that one a month ago.
Ah. Hmm.
Olivia.
Walter is like...
I think I've had a breakthrough. Many forms of nonverbal communication exist in nature. Eels use electrical pulses, whales use echolocation, elephants use seismic vibrations.
Point, Walter?
Point Peter.
He's angry.
If Sean and his half-brothers are linked in a telepathic network, then it is possible they have formed a collective identity.
Okay, but what would the identity be?
He came to see me last week.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to talk about my research, my work.
What was your research? What was
This
your work?
isn't the first time that they have killed.
Just IVF?
I'm not sure who they are, but I have a suspicion. 3 years ago, I hired someone else, another writer. The day before we were meant to start work, he was also killed.
Okay.
I thought it was just a random event, but now I am quite sure it wasn't.
But why?
The work I was doing at my clinic is merely a means to an end, a vehicle for my real experiments.
Okay, what was that?
Genetic manipulation. The babies that I gave life to, I had altered their DNA.
How?
I was attempting to make a better...
A better what?
A better human being.
Uh-huh.
Were your patients aware of what they were signing up for?
I promised them successful pregnancies and healthy babies. And that's what I gave them.
Like
And
what?
would that include telepathy?
And a heightened protective instinct?
So what exactly is it that they're trying to protect?
Themselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say their identity.
If your work went public, people would start to ask questions.
And they'd start searching for them.
How many are there?
Yeah.
Subjects. Approximately 200.
And they're all from the same donor, all 200.
It's him, right?
Yes.
It's him. It's him.
And his information is in the storage
It's him.
facility.
It's him.
It's you, isn't it?
It always is. It's always the creepy doctor.
Can you imagine that? The hubris of trying to improve upon God.
I can imagine that you're creepy.
There's a new voice. He's one of the 3. He's telling the others to wait. He's coming.
Coming where?
Where is he?
I don't know, but he's in pain.
Oh, it's the hurt one?
Good God.
Hey.
Is it Olivia's results? Is it Cortexiphan?
I need you to take me to the bridge. I need to see Nina Sharp. I know what's happening to Olivia.
He knows that it has to do with Nina. It is the Cortexiphan. It has to be. And the new medicine. New medicine could just be Cortexiphan.
So what is it?
Olivia has cortexiphan in her system.
Dr. Bishop believes that Olivia has been dosed with cortexiphan recently.
Recently and repeatedly.
It was you. It's you.
Well, how is she? Have you spoken with her?
I examined her. As far as I can tell, she's not in immediate jeopardy.
But we need to find out how this is happening.
It's her.
I am the only one with access.
Could you take us to it?
Ellie and I numbered the samples before we stored them. If anyone has tampered with them, I will know.
We know it's her, so what's her game here?
Need to make a few phone calls.
No calls. The less people who know about this, the better.
Let's go.
What is her game? Because we know that she's a part of it. We saw her. We saw her with the men that dosed Olivia.
I feel incredibly close to you. I feel like I know you better than anyone else in the world. And then when you look at me, it's like none of that is true.
Yeah, he understands that feeling.
What you want from me.
I want you to behave naturally. I want you to treat me like you know me better than anyone in the world, too, because you do.
But it's a different
I
version.
think that's the one we're looking for.
Last time I opened one of these, it was rigged with Semtex.
I was about to say.
How'd you know it was Semtex?
Because when we were trying to figure out what happened to him, we traced it back to a munitions trader in Hong Kong.
Because I didn't know it was Semtex until right now. Meaning Walter's theory can't possibly be right. I'm not projecting my memories onto you. You can't have memories that I've never had.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this is happening.
I don't understand it either.
Cortexiphan.
But whatever this is, whatever the cause, I told you I'm not scared. I like the feeling.
This really scares me because, like, I like it too. Them being together, I mean. Them being in love.
They need to stop someone.
Okay, stop who?
They're gonna kill her.
Who? Olivia?
Sean who?
Should she not open that? Oh, it scared me.
Someone got here before us.
Go, run, 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 run! Damn! Oh, gosh.
Dr. Owen Frank, please.
He's on the 3rd floor. Here, let me show you.
Oh, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him. Those are not cops. Or if they are cops, they're with them.
You're mine.
Mm-hmm.
No.
He's right in here.
Oh, maybe they are real cops, actually.
Dr. Frank,
I think it's too late.
lock down the facility.
I can't hear them. When I couldn't hear them before, there was a feeling that they were with me. This is different. There's nothing anymore. Just silence.
Is that bad?
But I can understand why silence would scare you.
Yeah, when you're not used to it.
You're not used to being by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This is normal. It was so loud for you that you couldn't even hear yourself think. And I bet you have a lot of great thoughts.
Astrid's the best.
It's just that now the case is over. We would go back to one of each other's houses. I know that that's what we would do. That was one of the things that we would do. I know that. So now I don't know if I'm just supposed to ignore that or what you want. And I guess I just... Peter, how do you want to play this? Look, you don't have to answer now. I just want you to think about it. Just...
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's all I've been thinking about. And I'm afraid. Afraid because I've made this mistake before. I betrayed the Olivia that I love.
He doesn't want to do it again.
What I'm really afraid of is when I look into your eyes, I know it's you. I know it's you.
Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? I'm so scared. Like, I want to be so happy, you guys, but I'm like so scared. I'm happy and scared at the same time.
I just gotta go pee.
Oh no, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? 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 No, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Biometric hand scanner, like I said. 20 vials present and accounted for.
Yeah, but they made more somehow.
They're all here.
Where is she? I'd like to see her.
It's not cortexiphan.
Not cortexiphan.
Kool-Aid or something.
What are you talking about?
It's potassium iodide with food coloring. Cortexiphan has been replaced.
Uh-huh. It was her. She had to do with it. She had to do with it. She had to do with it. Oh no, where's Olivia? Where's Olivia? Did David Robert Jones take her? Did fucking David Robert Jones take her? She's not in the bathroom. She's not fucking peeing. He took her. He took her. He took her. I just feel like it was David Robert Jones. I'm an idiot. It's a fucking shapeshifter. How long's it been a shapeshifter of Nina?
We're gonna be okay.
Why am I so stupid? Why am I so stupid? Why am I so stupid? Why am I so fucking stupid? Of course it's a shapeshifter. Of course. Of course. How long? How long's it been a shapeshifter? How long's it been a shapeshifter? And they're perfectly disguised as human. So the biometric scan would work. You guys, of course it's a shapeshifter. Like, I'm such a fucking idiot. Like, how did I not even think about it? How did I not even contemplate it? Like, I'm so mad at myself. Like, I feel like they know. They know. They know what the fuck they're doing, okay? Like, I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid. Now the question is, when did it become a shapeshifter? Okay, so when did the shapeshifter infiltrate? I'm assuming if Nina is the Nina that Olivia of this world thinks she is, the woman who raised her, who cares about her like a daughter, then she didn't sell her out. She didn't use cortexiphan against her, right? So I'm assuming it's been a while. They fucking played me like a damn fiddle. And like, I'm so mad I didn't see it. I'm so mad at myself. Like, I'm an idiot. Like that's just full stop. I'm an idiot. I'm so mad. I'm so mad, but like in a happy way, because it's like surprising yet obvious, right? Like, that's good storytelling. I also feel like I'm kind of just an idiot, because I'm sure that plenty of you guys, maybe all of you guys, saw this coming when you watched it, and you're like just waiting for me to catch on, like, and here I am just being a fucking idiot, didn't see it coming at all, got slapped in the fucking face with it. Like, I'm happy about it though. Like, I'm happy that once again I was wrong about Nina, right? In the original timeline, I was very mistrustful of her. To be fair, she did a lot of things that made me that way, but it turned out that I liked her, and I was like, you know, I like Nina. And then because I liked her in this episode, or in this iteration of the world, I was like so upset that she betrayed Olivia. But now they just tricked me again. Like, I'm so excited to be tricked by Fringe, but also so upset at myself for just not saying it. Anyway, that's a good plot twist. Like, it's a shapeshifter. So knowing that, I still have no fucking idea what David Robert Jones wants with Olivia. Like, what does he want? What does he want? He wouldn't want her. Well, one, he doesn't know about the alternate timeline, like Peter's timeline, the original timeline. Like, he knows now, but he didn't originally know. So that couldn't have been his initial purpose for doing the Cortexiphan. It wouldn't make sense that he would want to go back to the original timeline anyway, because he's dead there. So, yeah. As far as David Robert Jones goes, I still have no freaking idea. And I can only assume that's who has her. I could be shocked again. I could be completely wrong again. Lord knows in this show that happens more often than not. I am wrong. I'm wrong way more than I'm right in Fringe. So much more. But I assume David Robert Jones has her. To what end? Don't know. Don't know where Lincoln and Walter are going to go with Nina now. We know that she's a shapeshifter. I don't know what she's going to do now that she's been backed into a corner. Obviously, we're going to have to try to find Olivia in the next episode. You can't trust happiness on Fringe, okay? Fringe is like they don't like you to be happy for very long, right? So you think like, oh, Peter and Olivia, like she remembers him, which I assume is how they'll get back the timeline in this world, right? Is just remembering. So you're like, you kind of want it, and then like also you're like, at least me personally, I'm like, I don't know if I want it, because like we've been down this road before with another Olivia that's not our Olivia. But does her having her memories make her our Olivia? Like, I don't know. So it makes me a little bit like, do I want this to happen? Like, I don't know if I want this to happen. And then it's happening and it's cute and they're happy and you're like, okay, like I kind of want to be here for this, but also it's Fringe. So I know something horrible is about to happen because I don't trust happiness in Fringe. Sorry, you guys. I need to take it like 10 levels down. But this episode, these past two episodes, this season, this show has been so good. I really want to watch the next one. Like, how are they going to leave it on another cliffhanger? Like, the last episode, they left on a cliffhanger. Now this episode, they're leaving on a cliffhanger. Like, I can't binge. Like, I have to, like, I really want to binge. Okay. I'm going to sit here for, like, a tiny bit of time. I'll probably skip you forward in the video. I'm just going to think and see if my brain comes up with anything for, like, what the fuck they could have planned. There must be more to her ability that we don't know. So he went over to the other side to get, what was it called? Amphilocyte? He went to the other side and got amphilocyte. Does he want to build a machine? Does he want them to build the machine? Does he want to take the machine? Like, what does he want to do with it? He can't, because it's, again, built to genetically answer only to Peter. I know in the original timeline, he wanted Belle to prove to Belle that he was smarter than Belle gave him credit for. Right? Like, he was like, he wanted to prove to Belle, like, fuck you for firing me. I'm more capable than you think. So if he's the same sort of person in this world, it could be like some sort of ego boost, some sort of ego trip that he's on. To what end? To what end? I would speculate that he still wants something to do with William Bell, and is still trying to prove something to him, but knowing that the William Bell storyline is officially wrapped, no more Leonard Nimoy in the show, that it's not that. Maybe he thinks that they can create worlds, and he wants them to create a world for him. Maybe he thinks that there's more than one alternate universe, which there probably is, and he wants to go to a whole different one and just start over, and he needs Olivia because she can cross between, and he needs her to have the Cortexiphan so that she can do that, and he needed access to Nina to get the Cortexiphan, so that's why he created the new kind of shapeshifters. I don't know, you guys. I think that's all the time that I can dedicate to trying to figure out what the hell David Robert Jones is up to. Probably completely wrong, again, as per usual in this show. But yeah, to move on from that, I think that it's interesting that Walter got so angry at Peter because he felt like Peter's desire for Olivia to be his Olivia was making her into his Olivia. And he was very angry at Peter for doing that, which I think is really just his anger at himself projected onto Peter, because he knows that Peter is not his Peter. And yet he is starting to really care for Peter, to really attach himself to Peter, to really love Peter. And I think that the anger that he's outwardly displaying at Peter is really directed inward at himself, because he's like, he's telling himself, like, you can't make him into your Peter just by sheer force of will. Like, you can't make Peter be yours. You can't love him enough. You can't care for him enough. You can't will it enough for it to happen. And so I think that that's where his anger was stemming from, was really at himself. And Peter was sort of the outlet that he could use to say it because of what was happening with Olivia. My question is still, I figured out that it was either the medication or the Cortexiphan or both, which the new medication that Nina gave her could have just been Cortexiphan too, that was making her memories come back. How that's happening, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't make sense of it in that way. Like, I can't figure it out. But I do know that that is obviously what was happening. I'm curious as to why the Cortexiphan is making her remember the original timeline. I'm curious as to, like, how that's happening. Is it because they are the same people, right? Like, they all have the memories. They just don't have the ability to tap into them, because they are the actual physical same people. It's just the memory of what happened before was taken away and replaced with a new one. Yeah? Is that what happened? I don't really know. We still don't know about when the observers are going to come and fuck shit up, because Peter's still here and we know that they don't like that. Okay, to talk about the case of this episode for a second, I think that it's very interesting. It's sort of ripped from the headlines a little bit, right? Because, I mean, obviously minus the actual telepathy that these people displayed. But there have been numerous cases back when like IVF was more new than it is now. Obviously, the science has been a lot more perfected now, and hopefully a lot of the creepier doctors are not around anymore. But I have seen cases, I don't know if there was a lot, I mean, that might be a gross over exaggeration, but I've seen a few in real life, in the world that we inhabit, cases of the doctor using their own sperm instead of the sperm donor's sperm that they were supposed to use. And yeah, so I was not surprised to see that this doctor was the same. Somewhat surprised that he was trying to genetically modify the embryos that he implanted in order to make them like a better version of humans, which it's interesting because he talked about like, oh yeah, isn't it silly to like play God? Which like, one, yes, like what the hell are you doing trying to create a better human? There's all kinds of moral and iffy implications in the idea of creating a better human. Like, I'm not going to get into, because the show didn't really talk about it, but like, what are the things that he's taking out, and what are the things that he's putting in that would make them a quote unquote better human? You know what I mean? Like, it's a very iffy moral territory. Of course, the fact that the women picked a sperm donor, and I don't know if he like put a page and it was him, or like just made up shit for the sperm donor, or if he actually just disregarded the sperm donors they chose and used himself. Either way, that's creepy, because it's like they're not aware that it's your sperm that they're choosing, which is, again, just morally questionable in a lot of ways. I don't think that, you know, he deserved to die for it, but I mean, it's like the consequences of his own actions coming back to bite him in the ass. 200, I'm sorry, like 200. He created 200 genetically modified babies with his sperm, and he didn't think that that was gonna like come back to bite him in the ass. Like, also, his whole idea of like, he didn't tell them that they were genetically modified because he promised them a healthy baby, and that's what he gave them. Like, the kid, Sean, I felt bad for, because, one, he didn't have schizophrenia, right? He was hearing his half-siblings. Two, I really liked his interaction with Astrid at the end, where he's so upset because they're gone, like he can't hear them anymore, and he doesn't know what to do with himself, because like his brain is quiet, it's empty, it belongs to him for the first time. And I liked how caring and compassionate Astrid was in explaining to him that, you know, you're allowed to think your thoughts, you know, it's okay to feel lonely, because you're actually alone for the first time in your life. Like, you can't hear other people. Like, this is the first time that you've been in your head, and you've been the only fucking person there. And that would feel very lonely, I imagine, right? Like, I obviously can't empathize or sympathize to a great extent, because, you know, like, I'm the only one in here, me and my anxiety. But it's just me, you know, like, it's often quiet, and like, I like being by myself, so it's not super relatable, but I understand. Like, I imagine for him that his mind is usually like being in a crowded room where you can constantly hear the murmur of other people, right? Like, visually speaking, when they were in the cafeteria eating and there was all the other people there, and then they panned out and it was just them. So like, his mind is constantly like, or has been, the like quiet murmurs of when you're in like a restaurant or a mall, or, you know, where you can hear other conversations constantly around you, and then you walk out, or you get in your car, or you go home, and it's quiet, and it's so like nice and peaceful for most of us. But for him, like, how jarring would that be if that's constantly your mind, is this background noise, and then one day when you're in your 20s, I assume, he looked like he was in his 20s, they might have said, and I just missed it, that's your mind, but you're used to background noise. Like, it would be very jarring. But I hope that he will be able to thrive after this. You know, it's interesting, there's not a lot of people that survive, but of the people who survive in Fringe episodes, there's a lot that you just don't really think about. You're like, I hope that they're fine, and then you kind of forget about them. Like him, I actively hope that like he's good and he lives a happy life after this. Of course, I understand it's completely fictional, so like he doesn't actually exist after this episode, but in the Fringe universe, I would wish that he would, you know, come into himself and be happy after this. It's a small thing, but I also really liked the visual representation of Olivia becoming our Olivia again, right? For all intents and purposes, because she's like back in the blacks and the grays. She's got her hair back exactly like she used to. I mean, she wore her hair back in this other Olivia did too. But like, she just looks more like our Olivia, and she's like acts more like our Olivia. And I like that they put her back in the blacks and the grays, and you know, that's supposed to signify to the audience like she's thinking like our Olivia again. All right, you guys, I think that is all that I currently have to say about this episode. I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait to watch the next one. If you also cannot wait to watch the next one, then you can right now over on Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can also find my entire full-length reaction to this episode and every single episode thus far of Fringe over there as well. That is linked in the description down below. Must refrain from watching right now. I hope to see you guys next week for more Fringe. Until then, bye guys!